The Alldus podcast is brought to you by Alldus International, supplying your expert AI and digital transformation staffing needs across the US and Europe. Today, you are listening to our AI in Action series, where leading minds in AI from across the world share their story, success, and advice. AI in Action cuts through the hype and explores the true impact of artificial intelligence in our world today.
You're listening to AI in Action. I'm your host, JP Valentine. Our guest today is Tigran Petrosyan. Tigran is the co-founder and CEO at SuperAnnotate. Tigran, welcome to the show.
JP, great being with you today.
Yeah, we're delighted to have you. So, Tigran, let's start with yourself, please. Could you give us a bit of a background and overview of your journey in technology, from where you got started, some of the roles you've held along the way, and take us up to today as the co-founder and CEO at SuperAnnotate?
My journey started as a scientist, physicist. I started working on theoretical physics for my bachelor's, master's, and eventually moved to Switzerland to do my master's first in ETH Zurich, and then eventually Ph.D. in Biomedical Imaging side of physics at the University of Bern and ETH Zurich. And as doing my Ph.D., I got very fascinated about computer vision, as I've seen how computer vision can solve a lot of problems for radiology. And I actually gave one of the TEDx talks locally about this topic. And it was very exciting to see that I'm getting more and more into the area of AI and ML than actually doing my research. Since my brother at the same time was doing his PhD in machine learning in Stockholm, and then his technology on image segmentation became something that was very attractive to many of the companies that wanted to build ML annotation. So basically something that is the backbone of AI to build labeling that kind of fits into these machine learning algorithms that they learn. For example, autonomous vehicles or Alexa or any other application you can think about. So this was the time that we got pretty excited about technology and what we can do together with our technology, that pushed us to drop out of our PhD programs as two brothers and start a company. It was about 4 years back. And then, this is where we got started. Initially, we moved back to our home country in East Europe, and then eventually expanded to the US, Europe, and also Bangladesh as well.
Tigran, thank you so much for that. Quite an interesting story behind the startup, two brothers coming together with various skill sets to form a business. You launched the company in 2018 and have already had a lot of early success. Can you give us a high-level overview for people not familiar? Tell us what the main mission of SuperAnnotate is and walk us through the journey over the past 4 years.
So basically, to put it simply, let's say we humans, we have senses. Our eyes helps us to see, ears to hear, to touch, our different sensors. But the same things can be done with machines, with different sensors, like cameras can be replacing our eyes. Before, we only thought about cameras or some machines that only kind of show us field of view. But nowadays, with machine learning and computer vision, one can actually see what's in the image. For example, for autonomous vehicles, if you want to build like a self-driving car, your camera can recognize where are the other people, street lines, the trees, other cars, etc. So in order for that to work, people label images in similar situations. Let's say in an image, we point out where are the cars, where are the trees, etc. So this is something kind of a backbone of machine learning that is basically called labeling. And we're building that labeling infrastructure for various type of data like images, videos, audio, any kind of textual data, NLP, to help these machine learning applications to build their products. So in that sense, we build the backbone of AI, building the training data infrastructure.
And I know this is something that is applicable across all industries, and you're already working with companies that span that range. Could you give us some examples of some of the partners who are using SuperAnnotate for what purpose and just how impactful it is to their business in various industries that they're operating in?
So one of the main applications that drove this industry was autonomous vehicles, as mentioned. So every car manufacturer is trying to solve this kind of problem. So we've been working with some of them, but I would extend with many other applications like aerial imagery analytics. For example, you use the drones or satellite images to analyze any kind of data there. For example, whether it's for weather or for parking analytics or power lines, understanding which conditions they are, etc. So I'm just telling you the applications, not company names, because there's so many companies that are working with different applications, so it's hard to kind of specify. Even if we talk about companies, I don't know, Samsung or IBM, they have countless of applications that use this kind of data for their machine learning. Another big application is, of course, content moderation, like big companies like Facebook's or Twitter's or Reddit's. They use a lot of data to understand how to moderate their content so the right content gets to the right people, right? That's one side. And then on the other side, for example, how to make sure the bad content is not appearing on the screens. This is all based on the data to be labeled and later fed to machine learning algorithms to make sure that the machine learning is working. This is just a kind of a high level analysis, but they can be specific use cases we can deep dive as well.
Of course, and so many, because anywhere that AI is at play, you guys can help when it comes to the labeling of data. Tigran, I want to spend some time now talking about the company and the team and the culture. You've obviously gone about building the organization with your brother from the ground up, and over the 4 years, you've brought in a lot of excellent talent. Can you describe the current setup of the business from where you started to where you are today, and on the AI and data side, just how many people are involved, what types of positions, and what it's like there to be part of the team?
So we're operating in many different continents. In the US, we expanded the business operations team. In Europe as well, we have solutions engineering and sales team. The main engineering, product, marketing, infrastructure is set up in East Europe, in Armenia, where we're from. And then we have also service operations team in Bangladesh. So it's kind of a high level overview geographically. We're basically a team. We're trying to be very nimble and lean when it comes to building product and generally business model infrastructure, because at this stage, we really need to be flexible about how things work. This is a new space. Things are changing really fast, so we have to be very flexible. And this is where we're really looking for people who are very comfortable with, say, chaotic, changing environment where nothing is given at hand. So people have to figure out themselves, taking ownership and really being devoted to our vision and mission. And really the people who basically see that we're not here for a place where everything is given, right? You have to get to the bottom of it, get to the point where you need to make your own decisions to make sure your team works into the right direction. So I'm proud to have over 140 people already across all those continents. And this is also expanding despite all the market situation and general VC market also that is trying to affect the machine learning and general investment space. So most our product and engineering team are currently located in Europe and East Europe. So we're very excited to bring more folks from this side. Also, US is somewhere we're exploring more to bring data science team. We're basically driven to bring the talent that is very much excited about learning new things, a place where nothing is given right away to them, a place where you can explore what you can do, what opportunities you can get from zero, and then eventually find your place. This is a little bit of our culture because we very much value the time when people really take ownerships of their work, take accountability, and have the high level of integrity about the customers, about the team. And communication and support is also very important because if you're working within a team at multiple geographies, without the proper setup of the proper culture and communication, it's really hard. And this is one of the ways how I'm bringing all the team together in Europe every year across the world to really have that face-to-face communication, because without that it gets extremely difficult to work. Although a lot of people are remote, but they need to be face-to-face from time to time.
You are listening to the Alldus podcast. When you're looking to scale your team, or if you are interested in showcasing your company in a future episode, reach out today. Or if you're in the market for a new role, visit our website to view open positions, www.alldus.com.
As a co-founder and CEO, you have to wear multiple hats like any startup, but a big part of your role is explaining SuperAnnotate, its mission, its impact for your customers, but also to build out the team. And a part of that is attracting the best talent, which I know you've worked hard on, bringing in people from Europe and now the US. In the areas of AI, your data scientists, machine learning engineers, and data engineers, it's so competitive for top talent that it's very difficult, especially for startups. When you're speaking to candidates about the opportunity at SuperAnnotate, what is it that you tell them to get them excited and interested to join you guys over some of the other great opportunities available to them?
First and foremost, because we are a very horizontal business, our customers build multiple machine learning solutions. They're all innovators in so many different industries. So when people join us, they basically learn in so many aspects of machine learning. They learn all the different applications and how they contribute to those applications, because while setting up all this data infrastructure for those customers, you basically learn about those applications and actually understand what the AI can do. So this is very exciting, right? Every day we're just fascinated the new applications of machine learning, things that we wouldn't even think about, like putting cameras in barns to track some analytics on cows or any other livestock, right? It's very interesting. Every day there's new application. Another part is really the whole support and learning atmosphere. It's not like people come here just to do the job they're given, but they're constantly working with other very talented folks that are very excited to share their knowledge and best practices about building machine learning pipelines, data infrastructures, and every infrastructure is unique. So one has to really get the little details about how to build custom processes and infrastructures for each client. This is such a huge experience that makes people pretty excited to come over and learn. It's not just one solution that is being built for many different clients, but data infrastructure that is being built for many type of industries, many type of use cases being customized. It's more challenging, but this is what I really find exciting when working with us. And of course, there are a lot of other interesting stuff, right? As a really fast growing startup, having stocks in the company can make them really rich in a really short matter of time. And all the little contribution from employees or our team members can actually help to grow. And once we grow, of course, their value of the stocks also grow. And in fact, many of our even early or later team members are worth of stock options are 6 figures, 7 figures even.
That's so exciting. And you guys are only just getting started. For the audience listening, the Series A was in the summer of last year. So the potential for further growth is massive. And staying on that topic for my final question, when you look at the next 12 to 24 months, what are you most excited about for the next phase of growth at SuperAnnotate?
Yes, so there are a few things. First, we have built the annotation infrastructure, but what I'm excited about the second piece is the data scientists need to basically look at the data annotations and really make decisions about what to label next, how to improve their model performances. This already has been part of our system before, but with the upcoming updates, this is becoming really the place to go for any data scientist to really spend most of their time with doing their experiments much quicker than before, getting much better analytics about their experiments, understanding how one model is better than the other model. So basically, the go-to tool for data scientists that we're planning to release in the upcoming months. This is something that I'm very excited about that is coming. And then, of course, we're constantly adding new tools. For example, there are different data types, right? The LiDAR is such a fascinating area, the 3D data point cloud solutions that we're putting into our system already now, which will be also fully released in the upcoming few months. And there are other data types. So all these kind of systems, all the kind of data that needs to be labeled and put into machine learning solutions, we want to make sure that there is no data type that we're not addressing in our infrastructure. That's kind of a few things I'm really excited about, and making sure that no machine learning solution we will not have any gaps for those who need such solutions in the future.
Tigran, thank you so much for coming on today. Yeah, it was fascinating to learn about the origin story behind SuperAnnotate. I think you're the first brother founders that I've had on the show, and we've done over 500 episodes now. Quite interesting indeed. The success you and the team have had so far is phenomenal, and as I mentioned, you're only just getting started. So we're very excited to see what you and SuperAnnotate can accomplish in the months and years to come, and we wish you the best of luck on your journey and can't wait to have you back on the show in the years to come.
Thanks, JP. Great chatting with you and looking forward for the next time.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Alldus podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any Android podcast of choice. You can also head over to our website, www.alldus.com, to listen to more podcasts, view our open roles, and stay up to date with industry news. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more great episodes coming very soon.